Welcome. In the series of video about how to face regulatory inspection, in my previous video I have talked about SOP and gap assessment. In this particular video, I'll be specifically talking about how to answer the question to a regulator. So, before I begin, I would like to ask a question that in your school or in your college exams, when you were the most confident while going for the exams, I'll answer. When we were most prepared for the subject. When we have read all the chapters, we know all about our subject. Then we were the most confident, and we were quite sure that I'll be able to crack this exam or this particular subject's exam. The same fundamental applies to the regulatory inspection. See, there is no secret success about how to answer the questions to a regulator. It's simply the hard work and knowledge about your process, your procedures. So more you prepared about your process, more you know your process, more you know your SOPs, you will be confidently able to answer the questions. See friends, audit is not about a battle to win, but it is about confidence to gain, right? Auditors knows when they come for audit that people will be nervous, people will be tensed, but as an individual, as a company or as an employee, how I can be confident when I know my processes, when I have read all my SOPs, when I am regularly following my SOPs, when I know how my processes works, then I'll be able to answer the questions, whatever the questions asked during the audit confidently. See, it really doesn't matter that how good your English is or how fluent you are in speaking, how good looking you are, how well dressed you are. It really doesn't matter. Auditors are not looking for your personality or your speaking capabilities. They are looking for the correct answers. They want to gain confidence that whatever you are doing is correct. So only key to success in answering the question is knowing your processes. Yes, of course, there are some tips which I can give while giving the answers. That first is listen carefully to the question so that you really understand what is being asked. Many times, people, even auditor completes the question, people tend to start their answers, and then again that lead to confusions and no clarity, and then somebody else has to come and clarify what was the situation or what is the real scenario. Second thing, think before you answer. So it is absolutely all right to take a 2 3 seconds or 5 second pause before you answer. It is not a rapid fire round of question answer session during the regulatory inspection. No, you must understand what is being asked, then think in the mind what is the correct answer, and then you start. And while speaking to the auditor, you should be loud enough so that he can understand. See, auditors may not be able to get your tone very clearly if you are speaking in a too low volume, right? People many times in audit tends to speak very slowly. They are nervous, they are tense, so they are feared inside. So they speak very slowly, but we don't have to do that. You just answer in a regular tone, just like you speaking with your boss or your friend. In same tone you can answer. You don't have to be nervous. And the key to don't be nervous is you need to know your processes. That is the key. Then many times it will happen that you don't know the answer. It is not related to your department. Then what you can do is you can tell that I'm not the subject matter expert for this specific question. I can get the person who can answer these questions correctly. That is absolutely all right. We must not be or we should not be knowing other departments critical functions also. That's not required from you. You should be expert in your department and in your work area. So if you are not knowing the answer or it is related to the somebody else's department, you can always refer to them. Even if it is related to your department but you are not very sure, then always you can check that, or you can say that I will check and come back to this answer, or you can refer to your senior that sir, I am not aware about this particular question, maybe you be able to answer the question, then he can arrange somebody who can answer the question. See, audit is not a 1 minute or 2 minutes scenario, it's a 5 day or 7 day long durations. You can always clarify doubts whenever you get the time, even if you have answered the question incorrectly and you realize later on that whatever answer I have given was incorrect, you can always ask your seniors, so they will go to the auditor and they will clarify that yes, this was not the answer, it was the by mistake or by some error, my colleague or my junior has said this, but this is the correct answer, that can be done. So don't worry, be confident in the audit. And again I will say, if you want to be successful, not in the audit but any scenario of your company in your life, you must be prepared, you must know what you are doing, you must know what is written in your SOP.